All right, what are you fighting? Giant cave toad? Where? Why are you down there fighting cave toads? You're a vampire, kick its ass. It's a cave toad. That's not that much. That's what a moat is to a fish. No, wait, surrounded by trolls. What? Hold on. We have to send our military dwarves out again. This is the one we're at peace with. We should start probably going back on the offense. We've stolen their artifacts. I really don't think I care about the exploration of pits. I think we just really hate these guys. True Slither Cruelty? What is True Slither Cruelty? Is this an alphabetical? I don't think so. It is not. So I don't know. Wrong button. I don't know what that is. So we're gonna go and help the goblin civilization we're at war with. We're gonna take out the other one. Yep, we're gonna fight these people. So we're gonna raid them. They don't have anything important. This first one is just a raid because they have 100 things there. So it's a very sneaky raid. We're gonna do escape done. Assign the Earth and Lone Triangles so that they can all go out and be brave dwarven boys and girls. Now, we're gonna have to deal with those. I built your statues earlier. The thing is finally done. I guess build some of them now. The statue for your tomb was an elk bird and a beak dog. None of those are built. Fantastic. New image creature. Elk bird. Done. Escape. Statue. Details. Elk bird and a beak dog. All right, we'll let those go through for your tomb, then I'll come back to that in a minute. Necros Fox and Hellfire each also want a tomb. Just start the digging process for that now. And then we will double back around to the magma pillars, seeing how that's coming. And then also the magma test that we're doing. Miners haven't gone to that. How many miners do we have? Do we just need more miners? I thought we had like 2 or 3, but they take forever. We're not getting anything done. We have 3 miners. Do we not have enough picks? You have no jobs. Dig, they all dig commands. I guess their skill is just so low because we had to replace the miner that died in the war that, yeah, it's just what it is. We have to wait for their mining skill to level up. All right, we're stuck waiting on that. I want a working... I'm still working on that millstone thing. Well, yes and no. Also, we have no idlers, but I don't believe that. Some of you are raiding, some of you do... Actually, a lot of you are doing things. What are you doing? Where's this excess clothing coming from? So my thought was, if I go up here, you wanted a working chert millstone, and I want to be obnoxious. So, as part of this, if I'm going to get one of these working, why don't I set up a little bit back? That was too close to the wall. I don't like that. A little bit back. Why don't I set up a windmill? I don't know how well it's going to work. Probably not even going to be strong enough to get anything working, but let us set up a slot for a windmill on the roof of the outer area, and we can use that to try to power a stone of some shape. Let's put some logs back here so we can clear that up and start working on the walls. And we will start zippering the walls around as much as we can. Build construction wall. This one can be done now. No, it can't. We have to wait for that to get built, so we'll wait. I find that I can't get any mining project done in my medium fortress without at least 5 miners. Even 3 great miners takes too long. Well, like, we got a ton done earlier with just 2 miners. They were legendary. They're legendary plus 5. That's all we needed. And they got a bunch done. But yeah, I mean, maybe. There's nothing really against having more of these miners. Are any of these not done? Bartender, brewmaster, are any of these not my classes? Is there anyone unassigned? No, everyone is assigned. Which means I only have 3 haulers left to do this. If I sort by who would, if I go to roles, sort by who would make the best miners, we can add these 2 to be mine kings. Oh. There was another cavern? Oh, fuck me. No, 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 no. What do you mean there was another cavern? Where is this cavern? Are you shitting me? Wait, that was from above. How close is this cavern to the other cavern? I guess not that close. I didn't realize there was that much of a gap between them. I thought I'd had the caverns. Well, that's garbage. Okay. New idea. Well, I just turn on the game music till SoundSense reactivates. And all of those got marked by the auto chop dashboard. And it's multiple Z levels too, so I can't easily just cut this off from anything else. Ugh. That was no bueno. Right smack dab through the middle. That's where I need the magma to be going through for an easy pump stack. All right, I can do this. Build construction. Up, down. I just need it to be going through here. I don't need to be in here. I need that stairwell built first, and then I can continue on. That's like, look at that again. Oh my God. That's like so perfectly would have been fine. I could have gone the entire game without having seen that. By 1 square. Well, I mean by 1 Z level, I should say, not 1 square.
There is a tantrum happening.
And Ghostword throwing a temper tantrum. The idea of a new cavern layer has tipped Ghostword over the edge. Oh no, time for a cave dragon invasion. It's not pause, we're just waiting. Time for a cave dragon. Apparently we have even more by a cavern, blocking it off the hard way. Build construction wall. That I can do in 1. If I do 1 here, then I can build it up above too. So we'll do that there. That can all be blocked. Most of this, because it's just a 1 wide thing, we're underneath the ledge. So I can block off the room exactly, and we should not have to worry about this cavern layer right now. I can just sit there and pretend this didn't happen. I will even, for right now, not mind that, so I don't even have a second hole to worry about. As long as they build those walls and they don't sit on the wrong side while doing it, we will be fine. This is a dig command that's not going to go through. Please stop trying to do it. However, the part of it we can do, please redo. Oh, including this shit. I'm hitting caps lock, not shift. There we go. Whenever the miners and builders and the dwarves of the world decide to finish this, is our dwarves out and about right now? Yep, our military dwarves are out and about right now. We have to wait for them to return. I can't even station them down here. I can station the march dwarves down here. I'm sure the untrained march dwarves with no armor would just love to be stationed in this new unexplored and undefended cavern. Nether caps can be used in your magma pump stack too, and before they built it the dumb way possible. It depends on when this is even going to show up in their priority list. Because that's not even accessible from below. That's accessible from above. Which means they access that by... Where did I hit that? By the other cavern layer.
It's been strangely quiet. No
Don't
migrants.
say things like that. That'll only entice the enemies to eat me. And I stopped before the other cavern layer. This one can be a pain to wall off. This one's probably gonna have pump stack up to here, then I'll move it somewhere else and then move it up again. That's the only way I can think about doing that. The other one, unfortunately, I slammed right into that cavern. I guess that's my payment, because when we did the magma layer earlier, I threaded that like a needle on accident. So we were due to slam into a cavern just really rudely for how close we came to hitting the magma layer, and we just somehow dodged it. Oh, that's right. I was trying to fill the magma sea in from before. I forgot about that. Another job for the miners. That I don't think I want to do right now. I don't want to build the floor to make that easier right now while we're still trying to fill in the other gap, which I've already lost. I've already lost that other gap. Fantastic. Where was the other gap? Upper right. I'm gonna make this a zoom point so I can just come back here.
Oh, no way.
Now there's a ghost. Of course there is. This is where we were, and that's where that fighting was. So yay, the hunters have already hunted. I forget where this is. There we go. I'm gonna say F6. We'll zoom here, and we'll call this cavern. Just cavern. What did you just kill? A troll! Holy shit! Good job, Bahoon, to me. What was... Oh, and the mission's back. Hold on, before that. Vampire Hunter. I didn't think about that. They just amend vampire to the name, so all my hunters are vampire hunters. Bahoon to me, the vampire grease monkey. What did you do? What was lethal? Melee bashing the troll in the head with a steel crossbow until the head is crushed. That's a brave fight if I've ever seen one. Our raid, though.
Test. There we go. The 18th. No, oh, wait. Stop the dates. In the midsummer of the year 249, our brave vampire dwarves did, under the cover of darkness, raid the goblin encampment, where they did nothing.
That's it? I thought I had them under raid to attack. First time we did a raid, oh, we only ended up in a fight because we got caught. Our dwarves' skill is too high to get caught in the sneaky raid. I have to attack. All right, that one was on me. I wasted time for no reason. Details. Pillage. Wrong button. Raid. Nope. Remove. World raid. Details. G for pillage. Don't do anything other than attacking them. The idea is to attack them. Go back out. You didn't attack, so I don't think they can be that tired. I know we'll raise them, but I want them to lower the numbers first. I don't want them like blowing time trying to do stupid shit. I just want them to go directly into combat. What the fuck are you? Do we not care about Gorlax? A small round humanoid found wandering in the caves deep underground. Most of its body is taken up by a huge tusked mouth. Her skin is goldenrod, her eyes are red. Like, even if it's peaceful, we're vampires, so shouldn't we just naturally attack the damn thing? Definitely when too good to start a war with a raid. We're already at war with them now. I swear, how did dwarves get used to their crossbows? How do you get dwarves to use their crossbows as a ranged weapon? Archie 8300. You get dwarves to use their crossbows as a ranged weapon by forcing the enemy to be in range.
I won't do it.
Them using the crossbows in melee, we'll cancel the station. Them using the crossbows in melee, albeit mostly completely annoying, is actually a symptom of a mechanic working correctly, as annoying as it is. If you keep your dwarves up here, for instance, the marked dwarves shoot at the enemy completely effectively. This is a carved fortification, not crafted. Any enemies are away. There's no way for them to pathfind in the melee. There's no way for the enemy to pathfind in the melee with the dwarves when this trap is fully deployed with all the water and all that good jazz. At this such a thing, they will engage with ranged. However, when an enemy gets relatively close, which they're likely to do, and either the enemy or the dwarf can pathfind to the other one in melee, they just do like a safety evaluation and they go, there's not really much of a point. I'm about to be in melee and firing in melee is going to be a bad idea. I want to be using my weapon. Crossbows happen to be able to be used as an improvised bludgeoning weapon, so they switch to melee. If you send out your ranged dwarves on the ground, they might each individually shoot a bolt or two, but the game will calculate that in 3 in-game steps, the enemy is going to be within a certain range of the ranged dwarves, so they just default to switching over to using as a club and they charge in. That's really kind of it, assuming everything else is correct. If you have no bolts, they'll default to melee too. But if you want to guarantee that they are doing ranged, you have to do something like this setup where there is no way for the dwarves and the enemy to be able to pathfind to each other. So the dwarf goes, okay, I'm not in danger. I'm free to attack at ranged. And then they will. It's not a preference of them attacking in melee so much as it is a desire to stay living. Also, the turkeys just hatched. As it is a desire to keep living, which drives them to fight in melee a lot. As asinine as it sounds, really the main issue is that Mark's dwarves don't have a kiting function, which is where they purposely try to stay a set distance away from the enemy. And I don't think any regular creature does either, where they try to stay a set distance away from the enemy and then just proceed to attack at ranged. If they had a kiting programming built in, the self-defense preference would not need to come into play. Yeah, rangers pretty much require fortifications. You have to create a wall that they can shoot through, but they cannot pathfind through. There is an issue with crafted ones, particularly ones at the top of the base, where they'll just pathfind crawling over it or through the space above it and they'll be able to get out. But card fortifications do not have such a limitation to their existence. So a card fortification guarantees your dwarf will not walk through it. I believe they can still dodge into it, but at that point, your guys are just really close to the fortification to begin with, and the enemy had ranged as well. So that's not something you can easily be working out anyways, unless after the fortification there's a massive hole, in which case, hopefully the dwarf will just pathfind back to the correct side of the fortification. So is it more or less effective than a piece of salami hitting at Mach speeds? What? Why are you having a piece of salami hitting at Mach speeds? I do not understand this particular reference. How are there eggs up here without a turkey? They're not fertilized. Is the door locked? Are all these doors locked? Nope, we just haven't claimed the eggs yet. Okay. All right, we're just waiting on them doing the eggs. Bastet369, thank you so much for following. Bastet is in Blythe's Rainbow was in Bath. Sorry I'm late. Hi, oh, you're cute. Well, thank you, Bastet. Yes, if you so wish for one of the doors to be named after you and or anyone else from the raid/host, type in !dwarf, DWARF, or dwarf, DORF, if you're feeling exceptionally fortressy. And that will set a flag in my script to let you know and me know that you're alive. and also run a random number generator so I can name one of the dwarves after you. And then afterwards, you can start using the Dwarf Request System to request things for your dwarves. I need you to type that in before I dwarf you so that the script is set with the fact that you exist. So that it's set with the idea and the knowledge that you're alive. Because if you type it in while you're alive, what the script will do is send you a whisper via the bot to tell you that you're still alive. I try to do an all-in-one script, and quite frankly, I think it causes more headaches than it's worth, since a lot of people just seem to think it's borked when they're looking at someone else typing the script. Machines. This is what we're trying to do up here. We are going to set up a windmill on top of this hole. I'm confused now. Needs ground or near machine. Oh, duh, you gotta build the... It's been so long since I've done a windmill. You've got to do the gear assembly first. It actually is supported by the gear assembly during creation. I'm like, what the hell is it talking about? It only sends power out through below. But you need the gear assembly set up first. Then I can build a windmill up there. Then I can see about making the powered millstone, as was requested. Those statues. I'm assuming they got built this time for your tomb. Build statue. We wanted a statue of an elk bird and a statue. It's not blocking anything, not technically blocking anything, of a beak dog. These makes this be a tomb for Shadowmark. Who's the current Shadowmark? Stintha-Destel. That's a name. Stintha-Destel is the fish cleaner. There you go, Shadowmark. Your tomb has thus been redeemed. There's a lot of requests. Holy shit. Quecky has claimed dwarf number 3. I'm actually starting to run out of these. We haven't gotten dwarves in forever. I don't know why. Our dwarves have lived longer than any dwarf has any right to being. Maybe it's because one always dies in a migration wave because all of our dwarves are vampires. Q-U-E-C-K-E. But just because one guy dies in every migration wave doesn't mean that you know, it's not a safe place. You just have to roll those dice. Would you roll the dice? Like, okay, question for chat. Would you roll this dice? Let's say vampires are real. And if I could put you in this room, 80% of the time you become a vampire, but 20% of the time you explode and die. Would you take the risk of explosion, ignoring the moral quandaries of if I'm a vampire, there's a good chance to live forever and life is boring if you live forever, ignoring everything about immortality, that's not the point of this question. If you are desiring to be a vampire, 80% of the time become a vampire, would you take the chance that you are the 1 in 5 who explodes? Quecky, you are one of our miners. In a little bit, I will get your description for you. Did I get everyone's description from earlier? Was there anyone I skipped? I feel like I read everyone, but I might not have. Who's the last person to get dwarfed before Quecky? Who got dwarfed? Necros, I did. Hellfire, I didn't get Hellfire's description. All right, Quecky, before you, I gotta read Hellfire's because I didn't do so last time, and that one's on me. Hellfire has one friend, Bahoon to me, who is a close friend. Hellfire Skyrim prays to Nodal Termostar. Nodal Termostar. I feel like that's a dwarven JoJo. I feel like that's a dwarven Joestar. Nodal Termostal most often takes the form of a female dwarf and is associated with death, suicide, and salt. Because of course salt is involved. Hellfire Skyrim recently thought trade is the lifeblood of a thriving society. Hellfire Skyrim is unbelievably strong, basically unbreakable, and incredibly quick to heal, but she is clumsy. Hellfire Skyrim like schist, electrum, moss agate, crystal glass, the color aquamarine, hatch covers, menacing spikes, loons for their haunting call, and the sight of the Sheena cavorting. When possible, she prefers to consume turnip plants and bumblebee mead, while she absolutely detests toads. She has willpower and a sum of patience, but she has very bad analytical abilities. She dreams of creating a great work of art someday. Yay, not a holler, and 10 out of 10 would explode.
I'm going to keep this thing.
We only get one dwarf per. No. For a time, we were getting like 3 or 4. And then at some point, it was like, we're just going to give you 1. Oh, yes, let's migrate to the Vampire Fortress. Yes, we only get 1. Nope. Sounds like Dwarven JoJo, the squad returned. However, we have a seasonal change plus a really long save, which means, because people had requested it, I have total of 10. I think we might have run out, we might have gone to the limit of how much I am allowing per stream. You guys redeemed them all really fast. Just 10 right now, right? 10. 1, 3, 1. I end up doing enough of those and getting back to being strong. Might actually start requesting, might even put in the request A push-ups and the like. I used to be able to do those. They suck though. I always hated it when an NCO said, do the A push-up, do a triangle push-up. That shit always sucked. You never want to do that as a punishment. You look like John Cena. Well, okay. One, you can't look like John Cena because John Cena's invisible. No one looks like John Cena. This is a myth. There's no such thing as a John Cena. 2, you can't just do push-ups and look and look like you're swole. That just gets your arms. Like, I don't even have in requisition right now sit-ups or anything. Just doing push-ups is not a workout make. That's supposed to say arms buff as hell. Just have the arms where you can't even get them close to your body. They're just always stuck out a little bit. You'll have huge pecs. Huge. The hugest. Dwarven Dio. Pecs and shoulders, all we can see from it. That's why we gotta have those. Just can't show the other body parts because that might be too enticing. But I'll have the world's roundest shoulders. The hugest soldiers. All right, we had a seasonal change. So the program is working again, so we'll mute the game music. These aren't locked, and these aren't forbidden. Except we just don't have enough dwarves doing anything. Let me think. The windmill. We now have the gear assembly to build windmill. Dwarf Fortress, huge addition. So huge. All right, and the latest dwarfing, because I had gotten distracted. The latest. Where's my little chatbot thing? Quecky. Quecky, the Mind King vampire. Quecky has one friend, Zakthos, a stone grinding vampire, and prays to the deity Leaves. Leaves most often takes the form of a female dwarf and associated with discipline. I swear, I feel like as soon as a bunch of the dwarves became vampires, they started like being into discipline and leather and shit. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Quecky recently thought I finished up some work that was satisfying. Quecky is basically unbreakable, unbelievably strong, and agile. Quecky likes chromite, bismuth bronze, pipe opal, crystal glass, spiny dogfish leather, scepters, ballista arrows, guinea fowls for the social nature, watermelon vines for their fruit, and the words of the mindful lesson. When possible, he prefers to consume banded knifefish, mango wine, and rice flour. He absolutely detests brown recluse spiders. He has very good creativity, but he has poor analytical abilities, a little difficulty with words, and very bad intuition. He dreams of mastering a skill someday. Hopefully, one of these days, he'll be able to do so. All right. There you go, Quecky. That is your dwarf. Kinky. I'm not I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Cyrilak is taken by a mood. Has been possessed. Good. I love when the mood is they don't get any skill out of it. But like at the beginning it was Rash. All of our dwarves prayed to Rash, who most often takes the form of an undead of a rotting male corpse. And Rash most often takes the form of a rotting male corpse and is associated with death, something, and suicide. Death, suicide, and something else. I forget what Rash's domain was. And then we had some vampirism happen. And now all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, I pray to the female dwarven god of discipline. What the shit? No, Rash wasn't a different civ. Rash is one of the dwarves. Rash is one of our gods. We have a temple to Rash somewhere in here. Dedicated to Rash, the famous chapel. I think I got rid of the temple, but we still had it. And one of these weird ones, that's like the Hall of Roots or whatever, I think it's the Violent Coven. One of these is like a weird clan to Rash. Rash is from this is the same civ. There's two Rashes though. I'll give you that. There are two Rashes. But the only difference is the other one was a form of a dwarf and associated with death and something. And our civilization is a form of a rotting dwarf and is associated with death, suicide, and something. Yes, the other one had the Crusaders. We don't. What is this to? Because everyone's just in a corner up here. The Cloudy Jump. The hell's the Cloudy Jump? A Hunter Guild Hall. It does have a meeting space. I'll have to start putting statues or something in there to increase the worth of that guild hall. But I like how that's our military dwarves, basically. Like, now that's the hunters. Okay. The dwarven god. So, you bring that up. There is a show. Okay, so first of all, more shows this season. Praise be. Praise be to Rash, there are more shows this season. However, there's a lot less shows this season that you could admit to. I don't know what it is about Corona, but all of a sudden, all the anime channels and shit were like, fuck it. We don't have animes and all the good ones keep getting pushed back. I know. Let's start churning out the inappropriate shit. So it's like, all right, what do we have? Well, we have this. Like, you cannot, as this season, you can't point to a great many shows and be like, this is why anime is great without looking like a horrible perv. It's not happening. Like, this is the season that the interspecies reviewers would have just taken off on. So it would have been normal. Tried looking through them, and there's one of the shows, what is the name of it? One of the shows has an English as fuck name. Like, it's Smith? I don't know what the name of the show is. The dude is BitCloud. I swear, if I put, like, after the stream, like when we're done with Dwarf Fortress and everything, hours and hours from now, if I put up a picture of the protagonist from this show and a picture of BitCloud from Zoid's Zero Century? The one with the Liger Zero, whatever that one was called. If I put them side by side, it's a different color eyeball, but it's BitCloud. They just put BitCloud again. Like, they reuse an old character model and everything. And the plot of it is that he is the champion of a tournament and now his life is bad. Supposedly, that's what the plot is. It's a 10-minute long episode. It's got BitCloud from Zoids in it. And what it is he has a girlfriend who he's kind of dating, but he can't marry because he belongs to an adventurers guild. And the head of the adventurers guild is the girl's grandfather and will not approve the marriage. Just won't approve the marriage. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna win the tournament. That'll force the old man to approve the marriage. That night that he wins the tournament, two of his traveling companions, who are ogres or something, are like, BT dubs, you're the strongest man in the continent. You had the virile sperm. Dick us down. Not even joking. That's kind of the way they said it. I took a picture and sent it to my friends to laugh at. Hold on. Cyrilak has created Etomte Shakelithcad, I don't know how to pronounce that, a granite statue of dwarves. Cyrilak made a statue. Of course he did. Open Sanctum's The Torrid Lure, a granite statue of dwarves worth 40,200 dwarf bucks. This is a granite statue of dwarves. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. The item is a massively designed image of dwarves in granite by Cyrilak. The dwarves are laboring. The orc relates to the foundation of floor name by the rack of flanking of the reigning mechanism the year 110. It is decorated with donkey bone and encircled with bands of cave spider silk. The object is adorned with hanging rings of bayberry wood, birch, and alexandrite, and menaces with spikes of granite. On the item is an image of oval cut gems and granite. On the item is an image of an eagle man and giant cave toad bone. On the item is an image of dwarves and turkey. God, that's a lot. It's not even a statue anymore. It's a statue of dwarves, and you've carved, like, they're tattoos? I just thought of that. You carved a bunch of images into a statue. You're insane. Hold on. I'm going to be slightly unprofessional. Look at my phone, because I sent a pic to my friends to laugh about the anime. I don't think the camera would get this right. I'll try real quick, but I don't think the camera's going to get the text. Focus, please. Can you focus? If you look, the subtitle generally says, "Let me get your junk spunk." So the two, he knows them, apparently. He references them by name, and all of a sudden they're just straight up like, well, you're the strongest man and we're ogres and we want the strongest babies. Let me get some of that junk spunk. And this is like half the shows this season. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I know what happened, but really, it took one season of delayed anime, and then all of these producers are like, fuck it, we need something. What is the least effort we can put in? And they're like, we know. We don't have to put in as much effort if we just pick all the fucking fan service crap. So that's what this season is. This season is just a season of fan service. So he's like, no, I'm holding myself out for my girlfriend. I'm not gonna give you or your sister, because there's two sisters that are ogres that want him. He's like, I'm not gonna give you my junk spunk because I'm holding myself for my girlfriend and we're gonna get married. And then the ogres are like, BT dubs, now we're naked. And also, we know you haven't done anything with her because she doesn't understand what the fuck a baby is. So give us your junk spunk. And the end of the episode is he's waking up crying because he gave him his junk spunk. He's literally at the end of the episode. It's only 10 minutes long. He's crying because he's like, why couldn't I keep it in my pants? That was the plot. The plot was two ogres were randomly like, hey, dick us down. And he does. That's the plot. He does. I don't know. But that's just a season of anime, I guess. Fuck it. Everything keeps getting delayed by coronavirus. Let's ramp up the fan service, I guess. So yeah, none of the anime this season is to be taken seriously, unless it's a continuation of a legit anime from before, like, what's it called? ReZero. All right, who is here? These are dwarves or the elves? These are dwarves. I will order things to be traded with them and see what I can get out of them. Out of the Harpy reviewer, going back to that one thing. Oh, what is this? Ollie! It's just a horrible picture. It's a lure. What the fuck? Oh my, I haven't been able to see this due to my broke computer. Oh man, Pedo Bear Dot was a funny college humor. They could have just went down the Megalo box line again. You know what? Anime was a mistake. No, straight up. So my friend's the one that pointed it out to me. He sent me a picture. He goes, I'm 30 seconds into this. I'm 30 seconds into this anime. You have to watch it because they have, it's BitCloud. He's like, I swear to God, load up a picture of BitCloud, load up this protagonist, tell me they didn't just reuse a picture. So I look and I go, yep, that's it. He's like, all right, we're gonna watch this. So we watch it. We get like a minute and a half, I think, into the show, and then we had to pause it, take a picture of Give me your junk spunk and send it to the rest of our friends saying, holy shit, the show is bad. You have to come watch this. What the fuck? It's fucking stupid. I love it. An entire season. Well, no, this season just started. I'm not talking about the season that just finished. The season that just finished had a very good cooking show anime, which anyone who watched it with me will agree it's about cooking. It is a cooking show anime, and it cannot be argued that it's not about cooking. Do they have any animals I want? I think our cats died a while ago, didn't they? Let's get the cats back. 2 male cats. If I don't have a female cat, I'll just go with 3 male cats. I don't want hens or roosters or donkeys or ducks. I don't want any of those. I don't need booze. Probably should actually trade my booze just to get it out of the base. Do you have anything made of steel? You do. Kick-ass. I especially want some picks. We're already at a massive loss, so I'll just take 2 picks. And they're angry with what I've wanted. Okay. I know I've traded with you before, so probably shouldn't be bitching that much. I've given you plenty of high-costing shit in the past, but whatever. That's what I thought. I think we've used up all of our goodwill with him. Cooking show harem anime, cooking show comedy harem alpaca anime. So we still have to, I think with you guys at some point, maybe after Tuesday's stream, I think we still have the last 2 episodes to watch. And it is 100% a cooking show. It's definitely not a cooking show. Because that would be the wrong description. Oh, last season was just made of complete nonsensical garbage. And this season's apparently nothing but shit you can't show to your parents. What you watching? Oh, look at this. Give me your junk spunk. No, Mom, it didn't do that before, I swear. I'm willing to bet that there's gonna be a new fucking series of memes about the shows I watch, like what the show does when my parents come in. There's gonna be an entire wave of those after this season. Because it doesn't even let alone that's gonna do that before. He's just walking. She's like, I got a question to ask. He's like, I'm having a good day. Tell me what your question is. We'll see what we can do. La-da-lee, doodly, great day. And she's like, I want your junk spunk, like just out of nowhere. Want your junk spunk? What the shit? All right, hold on. I was working on tombs and statues. Shirt millstone, statue of all the previous Mr. Man TMs. Did I not order that? I thought I did. You know, if I spell your name right, that would work. Current one is Stuco. Oh, that's right, it crashed. Stuco. We'll say Stuco. Stuco is the current one. Statue of details of image of historical figures of Mr. Man TMs, not counting Stucos. Soka? That shouldn't have backed me all the way out. Historical figure. Oh, I can't. I have to refund yours. If you're doing a historical figure, you can't do any other details. Huh. Wait, new image, historical. Maybe I clicked it wrong. Hold on. Maybe I clicked it wrong. Yeah, I clicked it wrong. Ignore me. Mr. Man. Stuka's the bottom one. Mr. Man. Mr. Man. Historical figure, F. Mr. Man. All right, you wanted a statue, and again, you guys didn't tell me where to put the statues. You have to say where to put it, or I don't know what the hell I'm doing the statue for. The brand of paddles. is the statue of all the previous incarnations of Mr. Man. Good to know I haven't been missing. Cooking show. Are alpacas the new thing that's some culture I can get behind? So, hold on. I read some of the manga of that anime girl, more girls appear. Comes every girl he comes across wants to, is usually able to. Which anime? I just talked about 3 different animes. Are you talking about the, I want a junk spunk? I want a statue garden. Now, where am I putting these statues? The alpaca one, there is with nothing leading up to it at all. They're going through the forest. They leave the path. They find a creature. They try to lasso it. They realize it's a female alpaca who is just an alpaca, but she's walking on her hind legs, and she telepathically holds a sword near her hoof. And she's obnoxious and goofy and makes no sense, no explanation. Then some bandits show up and they're like, we're gonna steal your shit, and they're down for that. But they keep calling the alpaca an animal or a monster. So she gets annoyed, and then she randomly does an alpaca strike that explodes them in the shape of an apple, and then goes, as celebration for defeating the enemies, I'm gonna eat my apple. She eats the apple and then turns into a little girl. And then she's like, what the fuck just happened? She goes, well, it's a metamor apple. If I eat a metamor apple, I turn into a little girl. Except for her body turns into a little girl, and the alpaca head, she has to lift off like it's a helmet. And that's the end of that scene. And then the next time you see her, like 5 seconds later, she's just a full-blown alpaca again. And then later on, when you see her, she gets charged up in the middle of combat by the main character, who's basically a bard, and he just like, he doesn't do anything. He just has a circle of intent around him that makes everyone strong, and it makes her transform again into a girl, except she has to pull her head off. And there's no explanation for this character. There's no fucking explanation for how this is happening or why it's happening. This is just what her character is. Because. Oh, is this a clip of it? How did you get a clip of this? It's a GIF. How did you know that this would be here and able to search for it? Yeah, she transforms into a little girl and then she has to pull the head off. Why do you have to pull the head off? Is she turning into an alpaca because she's putting on a cursed helmet? Everything else she turns into a human. Why does she have to pull the head off? Where does the head go? Does she put the head back on and turn back into an alpaca? None of this is explained. Giphy Cat, I'm in a Discord where we share anime food gifts. Yep, because that show is all about the anime food. So the show is not a cooking show. Except for it is. The show doesn't make sense. Everything, they're in a gourmet guild. Every episode is named Menu 1, Menu 2. All the titles are food themed. The whole drive of all the characters is they're there to eat new and exotic foods and learn to make new foods. They hardly ever cook or eat anything. The most you get in any of that regards is after they're done eating, they're like, wow, that was good food. They don't ever do anything else. Giant Ohm Cave Croc. Cancel the Cave Croc. Cave Toad, Cave Toad, Cave Toad. Build J. Oh, I probably can't do these now while we're still trading. It's called anime, don't question it. So I was looking for Princess Connect Redye food gifts. You can't prove it isn't. Megalobox was still the peak of anime, but how many goblins were killed in the last battle? You're right, they did come back. Hold on. XACBC. Wait. Is there actually combat? Holy shit, there was combat.
dwarves were led by the dwarf vampire Stephen Robert IV, while the cowardly goblins were led by Stozu Sadu Scrubs. Stephen Robert outmatched Stozu with a cunning plan, and the attackers had a strong positional advantage in Hatred Silver. Stephen Robert's crew of 10 dwarves clashed with 26 trolls, slaying 10 of them. They also clashed with 10 goblins, slaying them to the goblin.
So we fought 26 trolls, 10 goblins, and killed 20 total creatures. 10 goblins and 10 trolls, which should be worth a bit of experience. Clashed with... Oh, wait. Is this the bottom? Is it the same thing?
And then they clashed with more. In the late summer on the way back, I guess, Stephen Robert IV and his crews clashed with 16 trolls, slaying 10 of them. They then also clashed with 6 trolls, killing them, all of them, and then found nothing.
There was a lot of death. We're probably going to have to look at the histories after the stream to get the exact number, because sometimes these numbers are off. But I'm getting... We saw 10 and 6 at the bottom. Up here, there was 26 total. We killed all the trolls. By math, we killed all of them. That's what happened. There were 10 goblins, we killed them. There were 26 trolls, we killed 10 of them, leaving 16. Then, at the bottom, it says there were 16 trolls and we killed 10 of them, lowering the trolls down to 6. And then there were 6 trolls remaining and we killed them. So we killed all the trolls and all the goblins we found, if I'm understanding the math right. There were 26 trolls, 10 goblins. We killed 26 trolls, 10 goblins. Now, if I switch this to military, I don't want to do the read yet because it'll update. I need to, not the manual. I didn't mean to click that. Sort this back by squad, collapse, open the squad. This is what we have. We can sort by kills if we wish. The least experienced person before the read was Righteous Boner with 2 trolls and 1 goblin. Assuming it didn't read when I switched it over to squad. And everyone's got decent skills, and we can see the discipline tends to go up with the amount of, or the dodge tends to go up with the amount of kills they have, 9 to 2. If I read it now, at the bottom, we have 3, and we have 15 total kills. Is this going up at all? Dodging? Yep, level 10 down to level 2. Yeah, they're just stealing the kills at this point. They got a bunch of points in armor user and shield user, and they're getting quite a few skills in their respective weapons. Level 8, level 7, 8, 8, 8. We're just needing the new dwarves to get some of their kills in. But they're not armed and or necessarily armored, so that'll have to come later. How's my tomb going? Necros Fox, tombs are being dug. That's the best I can say on that. Because we have so many requests going through for digs, we keep getting slowed down by previous other jobs, we'll say. The traders are leaving. Statues. Mr. Man TM. Mr. Man, I think you're gone. I don't know where you wanted this statue. So I'm just going to put it out in the middle. None of these even look like Mr. Man TM. What happened to the Mr. Man TM statue? I swear, sometimes this thing messes with me. All right, it's being hauled right now, that's why. Hellfire Skyrim is slowly carrying it to the stockpile. Then I'll be able to put it somewhere. Chulu, I'll try to do yours. Can't guarantee it because I don't know what your thing is. My favorite animal and my favorite stone. You don't have a favorite animal. You have elkbird antler, but you don't have elkbird. And I don't think that counts, but I could try doing elkbird. And your material is rose gold. I'll see if I have rose gold. I mean, I do have a bunch of metals I want to get rid of, and rose gold is a metal I would have no problem getting rid of. So we'll say furniture, rose gold, statue. Details, new image, creature, elk bird. Elk bird, 1. Yeah, I don't think I can do it any more specific than that. The boot of moths. Makes perfect sense. I think we can do that. Rose gold statue. I'll have to see if it cancels or something. Nope, we don't have 3 rose gold bars. I don't even know how to make rose gold. I never try to make rose gold, so I don't know how to do it. We need gold and copper. All right, so you're not getting here. You're not getting a statue made of rose gold. That's just not a thing that we're doing today. I don't have gold and or copper. I know I have rose gold. I guess we just don't have enough of it. We have somehow exactly 3 rose gold goblets. I don't think you get a full bar back for them, so it wouldn't be enough. It's like the game does 10v10 squads. You killed the first row, now it's the second row. I think, are they done healing? Health, read. How are our military? No, they're still tired. They're not exhausted or overexerted, but we'll give them a bit to slowly recuperate from being tired. We are pushing them a bit hard. All right, Necros Fox, you would be the next one in the tomb request. That's right, we're still smoothing. All right, so ignoring that, how, ooh, after the fact I remembered the thing we were doing. Let's unsuspend that. The miners never got down here. What do you mean item blocking site? You mean the thing that you're supposed to be using? Who's using these blocks? Are the blocks the very item using the site? All right, I'm gonna forbid, unforbid, and then resume. Can we do this now? I need low priority dig command on this. I'm gonna try to force this to take priority so that we can finish the wall. I would like to be safe at some point, please. Eldritch has slipped into depression. Good, fantastic. I don't think we can, not yet. Remember, we had to bring them to 0 and we had to steal all their animals. We could not get this civilization over here to fall unless we had stolen all of their animals. So that's what we're gonna have to work on next. We're probably gonna do two more open assaults just to get the pop down. And then when we're not getting anyone left to attack, we'll just steal all the animals. Is he building this right now? Okay, he built that right now. Then when we do that one, we should be clear. That got canceled. Of course it did. I'm gonna guess that it was trying to use those blocks, and when I forbid them, unforbid them, it cleared itself. Who is fighting? Cave Crocodile's fighting a silver battle axe. Well, the Cave Crocodile died to a silver battle axe. Hell yeah. I like how we just have legit a massive opening to the caverns down below, and we just give no shits. Like, nothing is protected over here. Admittedly, if they actually try to enter the base, we have 3 cage traps, but our dwarves run out there all the time and we just don't do anything about it. We just kill the cave crocs when we come upon them. Nay, full attack on the goblin pit with a demon king. What goblin pit with a demon king? Does this have a demon king? You think we could? Does the blood ever go away, or do you need a janitor dwarf? What blood? I mean, down in the caves? Yeah, it goes away eventually if a dwarf cleans it. But you can't really have like a janitor dwarf. Literally, it's if they're returning from somewhere and they see something and they have cleaning enabled, they might do it. If you turn off everything but cleaning, the dwarf will never go anywhere, so you won't see it, so you won't clean it. Like, cleaning's weird. And with the fact that cleaning is hard to do, for those of you watching on the YouTube archives, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.